dominating at Pride.
Okay.
The second main event coming up this Saturday, UFC 96, is Shane Carwin versus Gabriel Gonzaga. Carwin is 10-0, 2-0 in the UFC with all 10 wins by stoppage. He's a wrestler with heavy hands. Now Gonzaga, we all know, he's 10-3, 6-2 in the UFC with all 10 wins by stoppage. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, good stand-up fighters, beaten some, fought against some very good fighters, fought for the belt.
Head kick to Crow Cop was
unbelievable.
nobody expected.
No.
I thought it would be.
But then, he seems to be an up-down fighter, and then Couture beat him, and who's the other guy? I can't think of his name.
Couture just fought him so smart, though. I mean,
yeah, right.
He really had him.
He fought everybody smart until he fought the big guy.
Yeah.
He fought Brock, and
There's
a bull in a matador, and he thought he was a bull against a bull, and he got killed. That was the time to be a matador.
But that should be a good fight also. That should be an exciting fight for that night. So they got two good main events. Also on the top card there, let me make sure I've got these guys because this might be undercard. We also have on the a welterweight bout between Matt Brown and Pete Sell.
That's two guys that are just going to bang and try and tear each other's heads off.
Pete Sell, I know, is a banger.
Both of them are. They're absolutely, that one's, if it goes the distance, I'll be surprised. That's two guys that are just swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun one to watch.
That should be a good fight. Matt Brown is 8-7, 2-1 in the UFC with all 8 wins by stoppage. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist with developing Muay Thai skills. Sell is 8-4, 1-4 in the UFC with 3 wins by submission. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist with some boxing skills.
And both of them are going to try and knock the other one's head off, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, also on the main card that night, we have Matt Hamill versus Mark Muniz. And we've all seen Matt Hamill fight, not the most exciting fighter in the UFC.
No, it's not a fighter though.
Great wrestler.
Yeah.
Developing stand-up.
Comes with a disadvantage. He's completely deaf, and that's real impressive to be able to overcome that and fight at that level. You definitely need your ears, just like you need every sense when you're fighting at that level.
Exactly.
So I think that really makes a big difference.
Unless your corner's giving you bad advice, then.
And the crowd's yelling at you, and you don't have to listen to that. So I mean, in some ways, he has an advantage. He can focus. Right. He doesn't get sidetracked.
Yeah, it's not a balance issue, because he's been a top-flight wrestler all along, and he's a strong guy. He just seems to be up-down. He's either there for the fight or he's not. Was it Rich Franklin or Bisbee that beat him pretty?
Rich Franklin.
Yeah, I thought he beat.
I thought he
beat.
Yeah, he did beat Bisbee. That wasn't English. He gets the W.
But Rich
So
Franklin.
as a judge and a referee, I watched it several times, and I still gave it the way he went. It was close, though.
Respectfully.
It was extremely close.
Mark Muniz, this is his UFC debut. He is 5-0. According to my report here, these guys are mirror images of each other. He's a wrestler with solid striking skills. So maybe we'll see an exciting fight from Matt Hamill for the first time. Like he's fighting himself.
I was going to say, never mind. Yeah, I'm smart. I was going to say he can't hear either, but.
Oh, no. Oh, you're bad.
It was there. I couldn't let it go. Everybody groaned, but you wished you'd have said it.
The other main card fight of that night is a lightweight bout between Gray Maynard and Jim Miller.
Where has Gray Maynard been hiding?
I think he's a movie star now. On red canvas.
Yeah, he's had, what is he, 7 wins and only 1 draw? I don't think he's
Maynard
lost
is 6-0 with 4-0 in the UFC with 1 win by KO. He's a wrestler with decent stand-up. Miller's 13-1, 2-0 with the UFC with 10 wins by stoppage. He's a submission fighter.
Yeah, that's going to be a good fight.
That should be a good fight.
Gray Maynard's a tough guy. Miller's got real good submissions, they say, so I don't know.
Now on the undercard that night, maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Well, there's a couple here maybe worth mentioning. Kendall Grove is going to fight Jason Day. Kendall Grove from The Ultimate Fighter, 10-4, 4-2 in the UFC. Good. He's an exciting fighter. Surprised that he didn't make the main card there. We good? And so he is fighting Jason Day. Day is 17-6, 1-1 in the UFC with 16 wins by stoppage. Has strong submission base, but has developed his striking recently. So Looks like we're going to see a striker versus a grappler.
I can't get into Kendall Grove for some reason. He just doesn't look like he should be at that weight. He's so big and gangly. I mean, the guy's got, great flexibility, but I guess I'm not in that old school. I want to see a heavyweight. I want to see a guy who looks like, he's a big guy. He looks like my skinny teenage son,
I want to see if he can pull off that
What
move
weight
where
is
the
he
guy
wrestling
grabs
at?
his leg and then he knees him with the other knee.
What weight is he fighting at? 185?
No, he's been fighting a lot bigger than 205.
These guys are fighting
Maybe they brought him down.
middleweight.
Yeah.
They're fighting a middleweight.
So he's 185.
That'll help him because he had fought at 205 a couple times.
But he's been 185 for the last couple
That's
fights.
got to be a strong weight for him.
Yeah, he's huge for that.
Yeah.
What is he, 6'8"?
Yeah, you look
6'7"?
6'7", so.
Also, maybe worth mentioning before we wrap up here tonight, we have Brandon Vera versus Mike Pat. Vera's 9-3, 5-3 in the UFC with 7 wins by stoppage. He's a striker with strong Muay Thai and wrestling skills. Pat is 12-3, 0-1 in the UFC with 10 wins by stoppage. He's a submission fighter with good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and improving Muay Thai. So we've seen Brandon Vera fight a few times.
Very great.
Yeah.
Good fighter.
Overall, for not having a championship match that night,
That's a great lineup.
great card.
Yeah.
Should
How's
be
that
exciting.
pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view, I think they're fighting out of Ohio.
Yeah.
Am I
It's
wrong?
actually in
Go.
Columbus where the Arnold's is.
Right, you can go to
Oh,
Hooters or
okay.
Buffalo
Yeah.
Wild Wings
You guys
and watch
going?
it for free.
The cheap seats
Yeah,
are sold out.
yeah.
They have the floor seats for $360 a piece, but
I'm sure all the fighters will be hanging out at the Arnold.
They actually always do, so.
So look at that, 2 days in a row of MMA. You go to Warriors Collide on Friday night, then you go to Buffalo Wild Wings or somewhere like that and watch the other ones on Saturday. And we'll
Absolutely.
weekend MMA.
We'll be at Buffalo Wild Wings in Creve Coeur, as usual, watching the UFC Saturday night. Got to get your table about 6 o'clock for the 9 o'clock fights, unfortunately.
Well, before we get out of here, Andy, I want to give a shout out to my son, Sean. He's a Marine in California, and he's going to be coming back to Missouri to go to school at Fort Leonard Wood for a little while with the Army guys. So Sean will be coming back in 2 weeks. I love you, Sean. I can't wait till he gets back. So, well,
Sean, we look forward to having you come back, and we'll have him on the show, Jim.
there you go.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate everything. I want to thank all our guests for coming in tonight. This is an excellent show. Really appreciate it very much. Check out podcasts of the show coming up in the next week or so on riverfrontradio.com. On the front page, we now have the Ground and Pound logo under their radio shows. You can hit that, go directly into the Ground and Pound site, and check out all things about Ground and Pound, and get to see podcasts of the show, pictures of our guests, and see all the fun that we have here.
There you
And
go.
very important, we want to see you this Friday night at Machinist Hall, Warriors Collide. Doors open at 6:30, fights start at 7:30. If you want to get tickets, I believe you still can. There's not a lot left, but Jim, where do they call?
They call 314-488-7614. Come out and see Pam and all the Patriot girls. Come out and meet Andy and Jay and all the Ground and Pound folks and a lot of the fighters you've seen on the show the last couple of weeks. It's going to be a very exciting fight. We've added the big screen television, a big 12-foot by 12. So what's happening in the cage, you can also see on there if they go to the ground and you're not in the front row. You can still see what's going on. So we've got a good, exciting card, and I'm excited and cannot wait till Friday night because all the hard work finally pays off, not just for the fighters, but for the poor promoters, too, that are working their butts off to get a show together for everybody. So it's like Christmas for me. I'm ready.
And we'll see Pammy there as the Patriot Girl, or maybe multiple Patriot Girls with you, but
I'll see who I can bring with me. Whoever's not out of the country and available will be there, and calendars will be available, and we're looking forward to seeing all the fights. I'm actually really excited about the guy that was just in here that's never been hit or whatever.
yeah, I'm
and he's
excited
fighting his
about the
trainer.
fight. Jay, I
I'm
think
excited
can't wait
about
to
that.
see him get hit, but let's see what he was interested in. But yeah, that should be exciting. And fighting his trainer, he's going to have a fight this time.
Yeah, and might want to rewatch a couple of them tapes if you're listening, Adam, because unless you've been fighting like the kids from down the neighborhood, I know you've been.
Well, pardon my ignorance, but I've actually never been enticed to watch fights and
Blasphemy.
MMA fights that I haven't been just just given from you guys, or just seen that are popular on the website or on the internet. So I'm kind of ignorant, but that is very enticing, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Well, I look forward to seeing you develop as a
I'm
Fox fan.
excited. I'm getting to know some
Well,
stuff.
thank you so much. I'm excited to have you as
Yeah.
part